Monsieur l'ambassadeur.
Your Excellency Ambassador, Mr. Dean, Madam Rector, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I would like first of all to thank you for joining us today here in Gembloux for this Rendez-vous franco-belge de l'AgriTech. It is a great pleasure to welcome you here. I would like first of all to apologize on behalf of Madame Director because she had some difficulties to come to Gembloux, and she tasked me with saying on her behalf, welcome. And so it is a pleasure to start this rendezvous of AgriTech because we are meeting society, technological, environmental challenges. And those are aligning themselves to the objective of the University of Liège. So the time has come to rethink agriculture and to find new ways using technology to create a new respectful agriculture for human beings and for nature. Agriculture, which is an activity that humanity needs to survive, could implement a new production model based on life models, implementing new changes and transformations. This challenge today is that by 2050, we will need to feed 50 billion of human beings while meeting those environmental and society challenges. How could this be possible? It seems impossible. We need to find a satisfying answer. How can we feed more people while at the same time not damaging our planet? The University of Liège wants to make the impossible possible. And we created and designed a lot of small clips thanks to colleagues of university, and they wanted to contribute to create a new momentum in their sectors so as to move forward thanks to innovations, so as to implement sustainable development and the respect of nature. The University of Liège wants to make the impossible possible, and those agricultural challenges meet this ambition. Technology cannot bring all of the solutions. However, it will help us to rethink production models and will help us rethink the agricultural job. So these jobs will encounter transformation in the short and middle term. Today, the farmer, the agriculture of today, but also of tomorrow, will help us fight climate change. He will help us to create our food and will help us process it. He will produce his own sustainable energy. He will contribute to biodiversity. He will capture carbon. And so tomorrow's farm model will be different to that of today. We will need auxiliary technologies, and we will need to increase the skills of the farmer, and he will become more of an entrepreneur or a startup stakeholder. As an evidence, we can see how many companies are among us today. I could see it here in the entrance. It is very impressive how dynamic the sector seems to be. So we have this image, this neo-farmer image, and maybe it will create new callings among the youth who want to save our earth and want to find a good balance between professional and private life. And our university needs to pay particularly attention to that. AgriTech cannot do everything, but it can act efficiently and can help this industry evolve and transform itself. And so agriculture needs to be a solution. It is not a problem. And we want to guarantee the future of our planet and the future of our production models. This is a major stake for us and a major challenge, and it is a good opportunity for us to listen to the activities and initiatives launched by France and Belgium, and we will also think together about solutions to those new challenges I just mentioned. I thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a very fruitful working day. Thank you very much.
Et je suis heureux de céder tout en...
I would like to give the floor to His Excellency, the Ambassador of France.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank the Vice-Rector for these introductory remarks. They were to the point. It was a pleasure to meet you and to meet the Mr. Vice Dean and the Dean, which I had the pleasure to meet in the past already, and I was very impressed at the time when we went through the facility. Also had the occasion to meet the researchers who inhabit your labs in a very open spirit of dynamic research. We are experiencing very difficult times. I would like to say good morning to all the participants of the university world, dear professors, researchers, ladies and gentlemen coming from the entrepreneur world. We are at the crossroads of several sectors, and this is what makes this event very special. And I would like to start by thanking Mr. Chapman, who's our main patron for this event. And I would like to thank the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Franco-Belgian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I can't see the representative right now. However, we met when I arrived. So thank you very much for being here today. I am pleased to be with you today to open this event, which is essential and full of sense here at the Gembloux Agro-Bio Tech campus. This location is renowned at the international and European level. The expertise is recognized thanks to the stakeholders of an ecosystem on which the question of the future of a modern, dynamic, pragmatic, and sustainable agriculture is largely based. A lot of features, they represent a huge challenge. We are living in a changing world. We could see it in the past years. We are experiencing a transformation, and that requires of us societies to mobilize ourselves constantly. We need to involve the most brilliant brains who are present among us today, and I commend you for your work, dear practitioners of applied research, which is more than ever necessary. This platform's aim is to mobilize all the stakeholders of the sector, farmers, researchers, investors, entrepreneurs, and states who still have a role to play to support and nourish the basic and applied research. The local authorities too, most especially in Belgium, seeing how their institutional structure is composed, we do experience close partnerships with Belgian bodies, and France can be proud to say that we have known partnerships for a very long time, and our institutions have become sister institutions. Most of our big schools have been created more or less at the same time, and it didn't matter on which side of the border you would study. What matters is the research. So AgriTech brings the researchers' expertise and the needs of farmers in several aspects that is necessary for them. We work on agro-foods, on biosourced products, on recovery of organic waste, and bioenergy. Its impact on the future of industries is fundamental, whether it is a question of contributing to the modernization of existing sectors or of entering into new, particularly revolutionary perspectives, such as that of insect proteins. These fundamental changes involve technology, as well as industry and the science of the living. Although already largely underway, this transformation needs to be explained, amplified, and accelerated. It impacts an ecosystem that must be accompanied and supported if we wish to maintain our common excellence in agricultural production, while taking into account the sustainable development goals set by the international community, and most naturally by France and Belgium as well. On the French side, we do have a public policy which is pretty strong. The President of the French Republic wanted to involve the stakeholders of the AgriTech and chose to implement the French Tech 2030 plan, and it combines the 2030 investment plan steered by an ad hoc body and the French Tech mission and expertise. French Tech 2030 shows our ambition to reinforce our food sovereignty. The aims will be published in a few weeks, and they want to support hundreds of stakeholders and accompany them with the state services offered at national and local level. In its report from 2022, called From the Soil to the Table, the Digital Forum, which is the association that brings together in France, and I would like to salute Madame the Director for your presence and commitment at that level. It is the association that brings together the main agri-tech companies in France, and it reminds us what are the fundamental facts. They might seem obvious to you, but let's remember them. Firstly, we need to put in place, as of today, solutions to meet the challenge of food for all. In 30 years' time, indeed, global food needs will have increased by 50%. It is a massive challenge waiting for us. And at the same time, climate change is already having a significant and lasting impact on us. It is also having effects on our approach to agricultural production. The reduction of yields, arable lands, water resources, cropping seasons, and a gradual change in the number of local terroirs are major challenges that we are facing universally, but also on both sides of the border. France's geographical location could make it one of the countries whose agriculture will be the most affected. So we are directly affected by this challenge that we need to meet collectively. In the European Union, crop losses due to droughts are said to have already tripled over the last 60 years. This element is significant and shows us that AgriTech needs to be at the service of global objectives. However, let's not forget the farmers. We need their active participation. Without that, we cannot move forward. And so we need to prove to them that the solutions that we offer will help make their activity sustainable. If we don't do that, we will not meet our sustainability objective and food sovereignty objective. And the lack of attractivity can be a break to our objectives. We need to take into account the well-being and the health of those who are fighting on the front line to meet the food needs of our societies. A certain number of solutions are being developed today, and they will be presented during the poster session of this event. And finally, in order to meet these challenges, we must address the issues of AgriTech from a European perspective. Instruments already exist. Horizon Europe, but also Digital Europe, which fully take into account the issue of innovations in agriculture and food. Our two countries, with their scientific expertise and their desire to contribute to European food sovereignty, and once again I commend the poll of your university, and Mr. Dean, I commend you for your work. So with their scientific expertise, they highlight their desire to contribute to European food sovereignty, and they have a major role to play in paving the way for new ambitious initiatives commensurate with their expertise at European level. I therefore hope that this Franco-Belgian AgriTech meeting will be a new stage in the already very rich Franco-Belgian scientific and economic relationship. And without further delay, I would like to wish you a most excellent work, fruitful exchanges, and I wish for this event to allow you to create new partnerships that will help you in your future work. And from the French side, please excuse me if I bring the focus back to the French embassy in Belgium. I bring back the focus to our cooperation service. We have Gerrit Beaumont, among others. We have Charlotte, Laura, Emma, Martinez. They made it possible for us to be together today. It was also possible thanks to the support of your university. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good work.